Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny. I haven't deep-esque.
You're saying things.
I haven't claimed that.
You're a Christian.
I don't be smart.
You're not.
And you are.
Aren't I? But you're really not.
Dun 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 dun.
You don't know where you are right now.
I don't know.
You know nothing.
Sure.
Are you familiar with Mary over?
Somewhat.
All right. Are you familiar with Mary? How do you regard Mary?
Attend quite a ways up the hierarchy. Put her in the highest
But
place.
you would put Mary over.
Why are you asking me that?
Because you do.
Not at the top. It's for.
Okay, that's it.
No, I didn't say that.
Whatever.
Flesh.
Fit that in within but.
Yes.
You're saying a.
Yes.
Okay. So.
I have a very deep ass, but that'll do for the time we have. Hello there. I'm Dr. Peterson. I'm a clinical psychologist at the University of Podcaster, an author, speaker.
Just to pop, notice me.
And today I'm surrounded by 25 gods. My first claim, atheists don't stand. Atheists don't God stand.
Good afternoon, Dr. Peterson.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. So this claim here that my background is in studying to come deep into the priests. Give me a claim here.
God.
Magisterium and biblical nudist. Like I was thoroughly in her, and it seems like I do know. Is there something that I missed over years?
I don't know.
Then it seems kind of like this Scotsman.
Say Scotsman, he appears. Scotland and Scotland and Scotland and Scotland and Scotland and Scotland and Scotland, man, the love of Scotland.
That people don't know something that you don't know. You know about people that you know of something that you don't know about their life despite not having met them.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not claiming to understand your mind, and being hurt by who was related to simple old man, or perhaps by God himself.
But I think that you have a Raskolnikov type of
Well, let's start with your.
It also seems like you don't believe in
Joe Hendry.
It's certainly not the case that I regard any archetypal man whatsoever as. Let me give you an example. For
Precisely.
example, there's a and that's one of the ways that Moses is characterized in the Old Testament stories.
Yes.
At least that's the story.
One part.
Obviously. What,
Well,
there's
not
a-
obviously.
There's,
When we look at the Bible can't be this big, and it seems like you can.
so your claim essentially is that Moses in the Old Testament role plays in the sky,
I want to get to the love.
and when God walks by, he allows him to see his crack, regardless of your inability to perceive or even withstand perceiving the whole. So this is an example of what's
A possible one.
I didn't say the. I
know.
said
That
right.
is possible, yes.
Okay. Then I can't speak with you. Do you have a
Okay,
problem
let's
with...
pause there. Sorry, you've been voted out.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
Tell me everything that you know.
I don't know anything.
So you're without knowledge.
I don't know anything.
Do you
about
believe
it.
in the existence of thing? Do you?
I'll answer that question once you answer my question, which is, do I perceive a whole? Do you think that everyone in the world insists
I think in order for your
Answer that
argument
question.
beyond me, yourself,
valid and true?
we have someone over here who studied Muslims in their own way.
They're more religious than they think they are.
I've studied Muslims and I have a degree in studies. My question is quite simple.
I'm not going to answer that question for reasons.
Hi, nice to meet you. Good, how
What's
are you?
your name?
I'm Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Greg.
Okay, so I feel like you're getting at this idea of this, and when I was away, if I said I believe the Mona Lisa is coming, I find that interesting. I think that when we use words, you don't really understand what you're saying, but
What?
the idea of words,
Things?
could you explain that question?
Well, scientists, for example, believe that science... Do you... Yes? Yes?
I think that, I know that, for example, like in physics, people are looking for like a physics. Could you help me connect that to the Mona Lisa?
Imagination. And here's another question for you. What do you...
Can we go back, can we stay on what we were talking about?
We are.
Okay.
You're just uncomfortable with the question.
No, I feel like you're just kind of throwing different spaghetti at the wall.
I'm not. No,
God,
I'm not.
it's nailed to the wall. I would say that you're the one who doesn't understand. It's nailed.
Yes?
So, and what are you getting at?
Old man.
I am driving down the highway. There's a kitten in the road. I'm going to empathetically feel, oh my God, I want to save the kitten. Could you help me save the kitten?
God. No.
When I get hit by a car,
My next claim is that science cannot be found within Pinocchio.
Canada.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
What's
How are
your
you?
name?
Brian. I think it's interesting that you say us. Actually,
No.
sure, whatever. Do,
I
right?
agree, but
Sure.
you pointed to cheese. They didn't derive that from science.
It's actually-
No, I'm not retreating at all. I'm advancing, sir. You are retreating.
I guess as an agnostic atheist, so I guess
How is that relevant to this claim?
typical Christians would.
What typical Christians?
Yeah, typical.
Cardinal Newman, who defined God as conscious. How about that?
Sure. So do you believe?
What do you mean by believe?
Do you think it to be true?
Not really.
There's like Jewish people in your attic.
I wouldn't be in that scenario.
Would you lie to like save your children?
Lion would say Pinocchio, that make Pinocchio an unstoppable force.
Okay, so
You're doing exactly what I said you were doing at the beginning of the conversation. Leave. I'm going to show you something from Pinocchio.
Ben Shapiro.
Disintegration.
Approximately 1313 BC. God, Jewish. He spoke from the smoke. He spoke and the sound of the shofar, and he declared And finally,
You just destroy the entire system, which is what He's a marionette.
The bottom is God, yeah. And there can be multiple bottoms. They're each valid in this. Yeah.
Valid. So far, so good, but it depends on what you mean by good. So if you put, for example, Pinocchio up your lesson, you end up in hell. It's not a figment of your imagination, and an indefinite, terrible, blood-soaked, saturated something at the bottom. Happiness just for me now? Does that represent something you'd actually like?
Yes.
Hello there. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Kumari.
Disagree with that, but
Yeah.
that doesn't have anything to do with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a tough one, right? I mean, sin is what puts you in hell, right? And so then you might ask, well, how do you know you're in hell? Greedy chimp.
Can I ask?
Well, terrible things can come your way. Your life will be ridden with anxiety. Your life will be pointless.
And what
People,
if-
like, did you play a part in that?
In my own suffering?
Yeah.
What if I believe that they're fixable?
I don't like talking to women. Harmony.
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 So what makes one kind of foundational tenet like better than another one?
That's an excellent question. Impressive.
What does better mean?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Something that would be benefit to both of us. Probably the deepest hallmark of better is gain. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
Jordan Peterson, I credit to blasting me into an atheist.
Dominance.
and finally,
Faceless entities who are transforming all the pleasure-seeking marionettes. And another problem that faces Pinocchio is that he's offered false celebrity as a way of solving his life's problems. So he's offered the opportunity to become an actor. And what that means is a deceitful fake who's constructed a persona that makes him appear far more valuable than he really is. So